Hey everyone, Kate Fantinel or Lady Liberty Australia here. I am at the Libertarian Party National Convention in Washington DC, and I am sitting here with the one and only Dave Smith. How the bloody hell are ya?
I'm doing good. That was a very good Australian greeting.
Can you do an Aussie accent?
No.
You're not even going to try?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I thought about it for a second. I'm not good with voices.
And you were saying you've never been down under.
I haven't, and I know I've had like promoters who have been trying to set up shows down there. I really would like to go sometime. It's just a long trip.
Well, it was 31 hours for me to get here. I'm still very jet lagged. I lived the same day twice, so as long as you're prepared for that, you should be all right.
You're not selling it that well.
Oh, sorry. It's beautiful down there.
I have heard it's beautiful.
You have lots of fans. Now, I've been involved in the Libertarian Party in Australia for a long time. What I saw yesterday was a little bit what I would call spurgy, where we spurg out and argue over things that we should be focusing on the fight out there.
Yes.
I've heard you speak about the party here and how you would like a Ron Paul style revolution. Do you think that's happening this time?
I think we moved much closer in that direction at Reno in 2022, and we're right now at a point where we're about to figure out what's going on here. But I do think that it looks like we've got the room, and it looks like we're going to continue that. So I'm hopeful at this point.
And I know you got everyone's hopes up, saying that you might throw your hat in the ring. People got a little bit disappointed when you didn't.
That's true. Yeah. No, I was really considering it very strongly, and even planning on doing it at one point. But I just, family comes first, and that was what was most important for me. But who knows? Maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future. Now, I do actually have a lot of mates in Australia who are comedians and libertarian comedians. We don't have a Dave Smith equivalent yet. What advice can you give? Because in Australia, it's a very woke left comedy that have taken over, and it's very hard for the comedians to break in. Do you find that was the same here, and how did you cut through to so many people?
I was already doing comedy for a while before the woke insanity kind of came into being, but I'll say, I wouldn't presume to understand the cultural dynamics of Australia because I've never been there and I don't know the country that well. But if it's anything like here, there is this weird, almost like market symbiotic kind of force where the more that wokeness takes over, the more people are starved for some alternative to that, and then it opens up a market, ability for some real comedy. And that's kind of what's happened here in America, because now all these guys who are like not woke at all are crushing, and all the woke comics they have no audience anymore. So, or not all, but that's true to a large degree.
Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you about quickly is your anti-war stance. So Australia typically follows whatever America does, to the point that we actually have a special visa between Australia and America as part of our involvement in the Iraq War. It's easier for Aussies to migrate to America and work and live here. What do you think is the answer to stopping all the wars so that Australians can stop dying overseas? Because America, we just follow whatever you do.
Well, I think the answer starts with turning public opinion against them. There's a reason why they rely on propaganda in order to get us into these wars. And what I'm trying to do, and I think a lot of us here are trying to do, is kind of counter that propaganda. And we have a lot of disadvantages because the military-industrial complex and their spokesmen have a lot of resources that we don't have, but we have one major advantage, which is that we have the truth on our side. And there is something about the truth that it has a ring to it, And so I personally, I just try my best to get in front of the biggest audiences I can and make the most compelling argument that I can. And it's been going good so far, but we still need a lot more of that.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for everything you do for the Liberty movement. You've got a lot of fans back in Australia. You're welcome anytime. I know the flight's a bit, and we've got scary animals, but we'd love to have you down under. So Dave Smith, you're an absolute bloody legend.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll make it out there at some point.
I'll hold you to that.
All right.
Thank you.
My pleasure.